Before I start this video, I want to make a quick reminder to all my subscribers and viewers out there. Be sure to set reminders for all the future videos on my channel if you are a huge fan of the Chopy Tech channel and you don't want to miss out on any of the videos as soon as they get published. Thanks. What's up everybody, Joshua here with Chopy Tech, back again with Ask Chopy, my Ask a Question series where you guys went out on Twitter and used the hashtag askchopy and mentioned me in Ask Chopy. So for this episode we have a handful of questions, some really good questions, some interesting questions, and yeah, that's really it. Also, if you want your question to be featured in an Ask Chopy episode, be sure to use the hashtag in Ask Chopy for next month's episode, as I want to do this every month. Just last month of December, I didn't get enough questions, so it was no point in doing it. Let's get started. So the first question comes from Matt Moniz, and he asked, what was your favorite piece of tech of 2015? And I have to say that I didn't get to test this out, but it did look really interesting, and that was the hoverboard. And then I also liked the 4K TVs that they had at CES, and I saw visually. I never actually got to test these products out, but they were definitely high priority. And also the phone that I'm using, the Samsung Galaxy S6, was a fantastic phone for 2015, except for the battery life. Battery life is poor on this device. My next question comes from Brad Snyder, TX Brad, and he asked, what is your favorite color? And my favorite color is actually red. I recently changed the colors of the channel to red, so you can check that out on Chopy Tech's channel, the one that I have right now that you're watching this video on. I really like the way that it looks, and I really want to go forward with it throughout the new year of 2016. Great question, Brad, by the way. Darsh Kathani asked, what is your favorite thing to do on your free time? And in all honesty, I don't really have a lot of free time. I usually have to do homework, but I really like to make YouTube videos, and I like to talk with my friends that I made on the internet. I don't really have much stuff to do. I also actually go camping with my Boy Scout troop. I'm in Boy Scouts, and yeah, that's really what I do on my free time, and then I'll just be running errands with my family throughout the week and stuff like that. Great question. RJ from RGTechHD99 asks, what is your favorite phone right now? My favorite phone right now actually is probably something from Huawei. The Nexus 6P seems like a really solid device. The Mate S or Mate 8 seems like a really solid device. And also something from Honor, which is Huawei's second brand. The Honor 5X also looks pretty solid. Favorite phone of 2016 so far? Jake Pimentel asks that. And I have to say probably the Huawei Mate 8 or Mate S, whatever it was at CES, that was like Huawei's main phone that they released in the United States. That seems like a really solid phone. It has a fingerprint scanner, some top quality specs, and it seems like a really awesome phone to start off 2016 with. Now, you see, we haven't really had a lot of phones in 2016, but I plan on seeing more in the future, and one of the questions in this Q&A covers that. Adam Lubin asks, would you recommend YouTubers to switch to 4K? And actually, if you are interested in switching to 4K, there's a great 4K camera out there called the Panasonic G7. So, and it's budget friendly, so in that case, yes. But if you're a small YouTuber like myself or under 1,000 subscribers, then it's definitely not worth switching to 4K yet. But if you have the budget and you also do other things outside of YouTube, then switching to 4K may be in your apparatus or your thinking of like something that you want to think about doing in the future. Now, I know a lot of people don't actually watch 4K, but I know it gets a higher bitrate in 1080p, so we'll see. It's not really a high priority, but it's also not something that I'm opposed to doing. Jake Pimento asks another question, my favorite camera. So I actually have a few favorite cameras, so they're for different purposes. One of my favorite cameras that I plan on upgrading to in the future is the camera I just talked about. The Panasonic G7 seems like a really solid DSLR mirrorless camera. Also, the Canon 70D shoots really good low light performance. And a couple honorable mentions would be the Canon G7X and the Sony RX100 Mark IV. And also for outdoor and waterproof would be the GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition. All these cameras except for the two Canon cameras shoot 4K. Drake the Tech Lemon asks, what phones are I most looking forward to in 2016? And I want to really see what Samsung brings to the table. I want to also see what Apple brings to the table. Hopefully they don't remove the headphone jack, because that will be a really bad decision on their end. And also what Google will name their next Nexus phone, because they're kind of one out of order and it's kind of crazy. So we'll see what they bring to the table this year. Really excited for 2016 this year. The year of smartphones will be fantastic, and I can't wait to bring you guys along. Jacqueline from Nothing But Tech asked, great channel by the way, Jacqueline, you rock. But she's also a gearhead like myself. Now she actually shows that she is, because she has the budget to. But she asks, what is your main piece of gear that you will be upgrading to or want to upgrade to in 2016? So a couple things I want to upgrade. I already made some different changes to the channel. I upgraded my tripod and head. I'm using Benro legs and a Velbon PH368 head and an iMorden slider, courtesy of them. Thanks for sending that out. As well as the Rode SmartLav Plus that I'm currently using right now. Fantastic microphone, by the way. If you want iPhone audio or even using the SC3, which is a cable, then the Zoom H1 together is a fantastic setup, and I really recommend it for people capturing audio. But back to your question, I really want to upgrade my camera and lighting kit next, and then maybe go back to audio and upgrade audio with maybe like a Sennheiser MKE 600 or something. But definitely a camera and lighting is a must-have, because this video right now is not as lit as I'd like it to be. So that's something I will work on in the future. And then another thing, an honorable mention, would be a new computer, because the computer I have now, as I know I said in my last video, it's awesome. It's awesome for the price. It works well in Vegas, but sometimes it makes me mad, and sometimes it's just aggravating to work with. Mr. Tutorial Guy asks, if I can change something on YouTube, what would it be? Perhaps change the way YouTube looks or something else. I would change the dislike and like button. So I just make it a like button and then remove the dislike button, because I feel like it just downs creators and makes them not motivated. And the dislike button gets misused a lot for the wrong reasons, because people have hatred for others, and it's just not a really good way of telling the creator that they need to improve. I feel like they need a better system. If they're going to leave the dislike button, I feel like they should make it that you click the dislike button and then pops up a window where you have to leave a comment why you left that dislike. So definitely, YouTube, if you're listening, definitely change that. I think it would be a great way to make YouTube a more positive place. Thanks for the question, Mr. Tutorial Guy. Miles Somerville asks, what is a Chopy? And he asked this question last time, so I'll answer it for him fully this time. A Chopy is a person who is like myself, and my last name is Joshua Chopy. So here's your answer to your question. Hopefully that answered your question. And that just about wraps it up for my Ask Chopy for the month of January. Thank you guys so much for watching. To ask a question for Ask Chopy in February, definitely use the hashtag AskChopy on Twitter and ask your question, so this way you'll be featured in a future video like this for next month, if all goes well, if I get enough questions. We also have the case of December, but I want to change that and bring them consistently back. Also, hit that like button down below if you enjoyed it, and drop me a comment down below letting me know your favorite question and your favorite answer. Also, hit the subscribe button to the channel, as it helps the channel out a lot, and commenting and liking and sharing also helps the channel out a lot. Also, definitely set notifications so you guys don't miss the videos when they are released to the channel right away. Thanks again, have a fantastic day, and stay warm in that blizzard out there, my East Coast fans. Bye, guys.